Not too long ago, we went to the lavender show and we learned about bees, and I wanted to share that experience with you guys. So here it is.
Pollen is their protein source. So just like us, they need carbohydrates and protein. And if their nectar doesn't get capped off soon enough, it might start fermenting, and then it's like beer. But then they don't like it and they move out, because that's going to be their food source over the winter. And if it ferments, then it's no good to them, and and it's no good to us as beekeepers.
So do they build a new hive, or do they find a new home?
They try to find a new home, or if it's just a little bit, some of them will clean it out. They are very hygienic. Bees use propolis, which is this sticky glue along the top here. And here's some propolis. It is a tree resin.
Oh, wow.
And it's also, well, there's a little bit of white paint from the box. But it is, it's an antibiotic, antifungal, antimicrobial, and the Greeks and the Romans actually used this as a medicine, and especially for toothaches. You know, if you get an infected tooth, they'd get bee propolis and they'd pack it around there.
Fascinating.
And I use it as a coating, a paint. I dissolve it in isopropyl alcohol, and I'll paint it on my bee boxes. Rather than paint them white, I'll paint them with resin, because it's a natural bee thing. They like it.
That's fascinating.
But then, those are the ones that go in the shade. Anything that's going to be out in the sun gets white. Yeah, it's because it reflects the heat. The resin, it soaks in, but it looks just like wood. And if you know about bronze statues, how they get a patina, it's kind of how the coating ages. The same with the wood boxes and the resin. It gets this really nice coating of patina. I really like it.
What's the average temperature of inside the bee box?
94 degrees.
And they like it that hot.
The queen will not survive and will not lay eggs if it's not between 90 and 94. If it gets too hot, anything over 95, the bees stop collecting nectar and they go collect water. They'll bring it into the edge of the hive, they'll put these little water droplets around. The rest of the bees will just sit there and fan.
Wow.
Evaporative coolers. They invented water coolers before men did.
That is so fascinating.
Because the inside has to be kept at 94 degrees for the queen.
Wow.
In the wintertime, it can be 17 degrees outside and snow. The center of this cluster is going to be 94 degrees.
That's fascinating.
The bees on the outside of the cluster, it can be 50 at the outside. That's as cold as a bee can get before its muscles freeze and it becomes immobile.
Wow.
So the bees can disassociate their wings from the muscle and shiver.
Okay.
Just like we do when we get cold, we shiver. Bees do that to create the heat. So this cluster will have bees, the ones on the outside, as soon as they sense that they're ready to freeze up, they will inch their way into the center or closer in, and a new bee will take over on the outside.
Like walking bees.
And they
How
keep,
fascinating.
yeah, exactly. They
Cool.
are
That's so great.
they're a super organism.
That's great.
I feel paralyzed.